What's going on, y'all? It's Dice, and I'm ready to open up a big fat can of whoop ass right here. In Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, we're back, and the last time we left off, we cured the vocal cord parasite infection, and now we're heading to Afghanistan to take vengeance on Skullface. But before we do, we got some daily rewards to claim, so let's do that real quick. And we also got some briefing tapes to go over before we do that as well. 130 mother base coins. I definitely will take that. So let's go over these cassette tapes, these intel files, and then we will get started with taking vengeance on Skullface. First thing we need to go over is the vocal cord parasite infection.
About the pathogen spreading through Mother Base. You've seen everything we've got on the outbreak. What's your opinion?
Textbook symptoms of vocal cord parasite infestation. And judging from this casualty list, it is the Kikongo strain, meaning a breed of parasite that triggers symptoms upon detecting pronunciation specific to Kikongo.
So our Kikongo-speaking staff are at risk?
Quite so.
He's right. All the victims do speak Kikongo.
So they can survive if they just use another language?
There is no guarantee. You're only dealing with the Kikongo strain. Other language strains may be present. You well know he was teaching them languages from all over the world.
The Devil's House. Nzoya Badiabulu.
There is no way to know how many strains he has at his disposal.
So how do we keep them from becoming symptomatic? You mentioned using microbes.
Use this. A type of Wolbachia, introduced to a sample of the parasite.
Wolbachia?
A parasitic bacteria that colonizes the parasites, turning male to female and preventing copulation. You must cultivate more. What have you done with the infected bodies?
Cremated to stop the spread of infection, but we did keep a few for study.
Good. Take this sample, grind it to a pulp, and introduce it to the larvae now nesting in the dead. The Wolbachia will multiply rapidly within those larvae.
They're soldiers, not some petri dish.
Conventional cultivation methods will take too long. Extract the Wolbachia from those larvae and vaccinate your men. Kikongo speakers first. This is the fastest, surest way. No one is to speak a word of Kikongo until the Wolbachia are safely inside them. I will instruct your medical staff in detail on site. You have the appropriate facilities.
Yes, but
do not worry. I made a pact with your bit de Cholone on the honor of the Dene. I speak no lies.
Keep an eye on him.
Will do. Follow me. I'll take you to the medical team.
Now, we must wait for the Wolbachia to multiply in the larvae.
How is the disease transmitted? If it's carried by insects or rodents, then...
There is no intermediate host.
So...
The vocal cord parasites lay their eggs in the larynx of the host. Most hatch and migrate to the lungs, but some are transported to the mouth through ciliary movement, mixing in with saliva.
Saliva. Droplet transmission.
Sneezing, coughing. Any food or water containing infected saliva. It would spread fast.
Indeed. And when the larvae migrate to the lungs, symptoms can resemble the early stages of a cold, making it easy to infect others.
Meaning a simple conversation would be enough to pass it on.
Alright, so what happens after the larvae migrate to the lungs?
It is as I said before. They mature by feeding on alveolar tissue. It is only then that noticeable symptoms appear in the host.
And by that point, it's too late. He's infected everyone else. It's one hell of a weapon you've created.
That is what Black Anna wanted. something that would spread easily. In truth, he's not the reason. But we will discuss that another time.
The Wolbachia have multiplied. We're preparing to extract them and begin vaccinating. But is this really the only way? Sure, it'll prevent infection, but the cost?
You would rather remove their vocal cords?
No. Tactical communication's the linchpin of what we do.
What if we were to ban the use of Kakongo?
Insufficient. First, there's no guarantee that only the Kakongo strain is here. Second, there is the matter of how the parasites lay their eggs. Before they can copulate, they must be exposed to the pronunciation of a specific language for a period of time, like a container filling with water. But the duration between when the container is full and when the copulation actually begins varies from case to case. In other words, even if the infected stop speaking as a countermeasure, it may already be too late. The only true solution is to prevent copulation through the Wolbachia, or by physically removing the affected tissue.
Do any antiparasitics work?
It sounds as though you have already tried.
Yeah. We tried every one there is, and nothing.
I have yet to find a medicine that can remove the parasites. At best, it temporarily covers their ears.
Why is that?
Because the parasites are companions to us. To remove them inevitably harms the host.
Companions?
More than you think. And this is why the human immune system cannot eliminate them.
We've inoculated the staff with Wolbachia to keep them from becoming symptomatic.
That should also contain the infection.
How did this happen in the first place?
It has to have been a Cypher spy within our ranks.
If this is so, then why the Kakongo strain? If their intent was to wipe you out.
Skullface said the remaining English parasite was close to the boss. If this latest strain was his doing, he wouldn't have tipped his hand.
It is possible someone brought eggs onto the base without knowing. Stuck to their shoes, clothing.
Well, that makes the most sense to me.
Then where did the eggs come from?
You mentioned that your boss visited Nzoya Badiopulu.
Sure, but his gear's disinfected immediately upon return.
Then he was not the carrier.
And not just the boss. All staff dispatched to high-risk regions were quarantined on the flight back. When the symptoms first appeared, we checked and disinfected all equipment used up to that point. Any and all prisoners, soldiers, materials, and animals extracted during missions were also quarantined.
So, that just leaves...
I have seen children around here. Where are they from?
All over. Some were being held hostage at a mine. Then there were the troublemakers at Bwala Yamasa.
Bwala Yamasa?
Yeah.
Their clothes, their things. Did you burn them?
They're just kids. We couldn't. And besides, not one of them's shown symptoms.
The parasites don't infect prepubescent hosts. Their vocal cords are not fully developed.
Well, if infection doesn't occur in children...
It is possible they carried eggs on their clothes, and the infection spread from them.
Check the kid's stuff.
I doubt there is any trace left by now.
But if there is, some of those kids must be close to hitting puberty. How could we have missed this?
The name Bwala Yamasa got quite a reaction from you. I'm guessing the Kakongo strain was released in that village.
Cypher used that region to experiment with vocal cord parasite transmission. The Kakongo strain. The settlements around the refinery upstream of Yamasa were the proving grounds. They would infect one villager, then record transmission speed. Dangerous work. If they failed to contain the infection, it would slip into the surrounding regions.
At which point the world found out about the parasites, making them useless as a weapon. Incredible they'd risk such a thing.
The test site was densely populated too. A terrible place for such experiments. No doubt, they thought burning everything would wipe away all traces. The settlements were covered in oil anyway. Who would wonder if one day they caught fire? And so it did. They burned it all, living and dead.
Those remains.
But they miscalculated. Transmission speed was far faster than anticipated. It may have been the temperature, or hygiene standards, or perhaps the parasites reacted quickly to Kikongo. Whatever the reason, nearly all villages were swiftly infected, and the settlements reduced to mounds of corpses. Making matters worse, the dry season was ending. When it came time to burn the village, the Moneni River had swelled. Many of the bodies were waterlogged.
Meaning they didn't burn completely.
The corpses still contained viable eggs, and the larvae washed downstream. And when the people downstream drank that water,
That marked the end for Yamasa.
I learned all of this at the mansion. I warned him of the risk of eggs getting out.
And?
We are prepared for any eventuality.
I get it. Putting the oil field back online. The oil leaks, saner. They plan to pollute the river, prevent the spread of infection.
But the oil flow was stopped. And downstream, the people of Masa Village started using the water again. The PF soldiers deployed at the village were locals, spoke Kikongo. They were infected, and the kids survived.
I've heard enough.
And who stopped the flow of oil?
Don't.
We did.
That confirms it. The source of the Kikongo strain infection was Masa Village. And the children brought it here. It is no one's fault. There is no blame to be cast.
The parasites, they were tested in other regions?
Their physiology requires that they be tested under varied conditions. Another test site was in Afghanistan.
So it was the parasites there.
Both the Pashto and Tajik languages are spoken in the mountains of Afghanistan, and population density is low. Ideal testing grounds for how accurately the parasites target only the specified language. It is also relatively easy to prevent the spread of infection.
And the results?
The first test, I am told, was a success. Once the Pashtun Mujahideen were infected with the Pashto strain, they were all but wiped out.
The Hamid fighters at Smasei Fort.
It was doubly successful. No Tajik Mujahideen or Soviet soldiers became symptomatic.
So the parasites proved to be effective. What about the second test?
Also supposedly a success. A Pashtun village was the target. However, the original aim was to obtain samples of the infected. In this, they failed.
And the village?
The Soviets enacted a standard scorched earth operation.
That must have been the village where Malak lived, before being held captive at La Marjate Palace.
Having had more time to think on it, the details shared with me may have been false. They are madmen who would do anything to cover up the truth.
They certainly seem to like tossing their problems in the fire.
As a boy, Skullface's life went up in flames. Perhaps That is what fuels his fixation with fire.
Your Wolbachia stopped the infection all right, but I still don't get it. How can a few bacteria change males to females? I know they're only bugs, but...
It is not such a rare thing in the natural world. Many insects and nematodes are infected with Wolbachia.
But why?
They nest in the cell cytoplasm of the host, even in the egg cells, with the result that the offspring are born infected.
Mother-to-child transmission.
However, Wolbachia cannot nest in sperm because they do not have cytoplasm. So even a successful infection of a male ends after a single generation. This means the Wolbachia must resort to maximizing the population of infected females.
Sounds like an ethnic cleansing campaign on a tiny scale.
Gender change from male to female is their survival tactic.
So more females means more Wolbachia carriers, so it can keep thriving in the following generations.
But the parasites in a human host are supposed to be a mating pair. If there's no male, there'll be no offspring at all. It's killing itself.
Slow down. This tactic is intended for environments where a single male can copulate with multiple females. Originally, the Wolbachia did not infect the vocal cord parasites. I created a mutated strain, modifying the Wolbachia so that it could infect monogamous pairs. The Wolbachia's greatest multiplying tactic, the male-to-female change, worked against itself in the monogamous parasites. Just as you said. Then, I performed repeated selection of Wolbachia strains until I achieved 100% certainty of male-to-female conversion.
Creating female-female pairs, unable to reproduce.
And you say the Wolbachia affects the host of the host, that is, us, cutting off our means to reproduce?
It is almost certain. Of course, we will not turn female. After all, mammals possess no natural gender-changing function. But some Wolbachia strains can cause cytoplasmic incompatibility in the host.
Is that some cell deformity?
Put simply, it means the altered sperm of infected males kill the female's egg on contact.
And that's happened to us?
Yes. And yet, what occurs in humans is not just simple CI. To date, there are no cases of Wolbachia affecting humans. The fact that this strain causes this effect, is it the vocal cord parasite's affinity with humans? I do not know enough to say for sure.
So the parasite warps the host. Reminds me of what Skullface said.
It is the way of all organisms to create their own optimal environment. Just look at you and this base. Organisms that cannot do this are doomed to extinction. The difference with parasites is that their environment is another organism. That creates a connection between life and life. Parasitism, symbiosis, or death. In this way, the host too is challenged to adapt.
Alright, so we just learned all about the vocal cord parasites, and it's kind of a terrible thing when we were listening to the experiment in Africa that we realized our thirst for revenge when we were going after Cypher kind of led to the vocal cord parasite infection on Mother Base. But now let's learn a little bit about Sahelanthropus.
About this OKB Zero Emmerich was talking about. Its location and features match the citadel in the mountains northeast of the Soviet base camp. Built during the time of Alexander the Great, it was left in ruins following one of Genghis Khan's campaigns. Its occupants changed time and again due to war, and it was expanded on more than one occasion. Ultimately, it fell into the hands of the Soviet philosophers. The Soviet army was using it as the headquarters of its Afghan invasion force. But it would seem that Skullface's connection with the philosophers gave him license to develop Sahelanthropus there. And that's what Emmerich was doing at the place, before he got the axe. But OKB is a designation the Soviets use for weapon design bureaus. There's no way they'd have one of those in Afghanistan. And in principle, the numbers that follow OKB are always integers above 1. There is no 0. Perhaps this was a secret facility of the Soviet and Chinese philosophers dating back prior to World War II. Though it's more likely Skullface just picked a fake name that more or less fit the Soviets' pattern. He doesn't go there often, but he sure as hell won't miss this. They use the heliport on top of the tower for his visits. Start by heading for the heliport. Then wait for your chance to make contact with Skullface.
It seems Sahelanthropus' armor is made from depleted uranium. That offers some serious protection. The US military is planning on using it for its main battle tanks, too. Maybe that's where Emmerich got the technology.
Uranium? They're using nuclear fuel for armor now?
No. What they use for nuclear fuel is uranium-235, which is extracted from natural uranium. Depleted uranium is a byproduct of that process. Sort of like the leftovers, I guess. The garbage. Uranium-235 makes up 0.72% of natural uranium, whereas depleted uranium contains only 0.2%.
What are the benefits of using it for armor?
It's a pretty short list. Uranium's a heavy metal, like lead, meaning it can hold a greater amount of kinetic energy. But it also boasts a hardness closer to tungsten. That makes it an ideal material to use for, say, armor-piercing ammunition penetrators. But it's not the best choice for armor. Its volume is less than that of ceramics, but for an equal weight, you could end up with less protection.
So why use it then?
According to Emmerich, it came down to him being unable to source ceramics technology from a manufacturer. Plus, given that it's an upright walking vehicle, he wanted to reduce the bulk of certain areas. Despite all that, depleted uranium still makes for some tough armor, and Emmerich says it's been proven in live fire tests. It stops most Soviet tank shells.
Alright, so now let's learn about the metallic archaea.
Code Talker, what are the metallic archaea?
Volcanic craters spewing sulfur. Water hot enough to boil your skin off. Ocean depths of 800 plus atmospheres. Wastelands radioactive enough to kill you where you stand. There are groups of organisms that survive despite. No. Because of living in such environments.
I've heard about them. Extremo... something.
Extremophiles. By selecting certain species, then subculturing and repeatedly modifying them, I created a metallic offspring of pure archaea. They subsist on metals rather than organic matter.
And some of them even consume uranium?
Yes. Uranium enrichment archaea metabolize only uranium-235. As a result, they produce weapons-grade enriched uranium.
How is that possible?
Consider how plants fractionate carbon isotopes when they conduct photosynthesis. Nature possesses abilities beyond our imagination.
So it was archaea that brought down your chopper?
Corrosive archaea, yes. They oxidize metals, feeding off the energy in the electrons they receive. What became of the wreckage?
We had the R&D team retrieve samples for study in airtight plastic containers, of course.
Prudent. We shall extract archaea from it in good time. They should help you fight back against Black Anna.
Any chance we could start now? It doesn't have to be a lot. I might just have another use for them.
If it's only a small amount you need.
That's fine. I'll get the R&D team to assist. Let's go.
South Africa was previously suspected of developing nuclear weapons. It already had a conspicuous presence at the UN because of apartheid and its armed expansionism. But when neighboring Angola and Mozambique became socialist countries in '74, South Africa felt hounded into a corner. So it accelerated its nuclear program to protect itself. 3 years later, the Soviets discovered a test facility, and 2 years after that, an American satellite observed a flash in the southern Indian Ocean. It said this was South Africa conducting a nuclear test with the help of a certain ally. Skullface used the situation in South Africa to get this ally to lend a hand. They both wanted nukes, so it was a mutually beneficial relationship. On the surface, anyway.
I figure South Africa started getting serious about nuclear weapons production in '75. In '74, the government was still able to get by with bluffing that it had a nuclear arsenal. But the year after, word spread that an independent armed group in the Caribbean was crushed by Cypher for possessing a WMD. That's right, boss. What happened to you and your men was the reason South Africa decided to push ahead with nuclear development. A force independent of any country getting its hands on a nuke. That was a threat to the existence of countries everywhere. It wasn't just South Africa. Your presence pushed a lot of countries to get nukes. The world was scared of you. You were a threat to more than just the Cold War. If nations are gears in a machine, you had the power to smash them loose and watch the whole world grind to a halt.
I love the way that they integrate real-life history into the fictional history of this game.
Emmerich uses externally powered legs of his own design. It's bionics technology, a product of the US military's failed attempt to develop a powered exoskeleton. All the wearer has to do is apply a little force, and the actuators continue the movement in that direction. But his legs are unique. Instead of using a hydraulic mechanism, the actuators run off metallic archaea. That increases the actuator's reaction speed and also enables him to lock and release the joints at will. The legs are a nifty little gadget, but they have two clear weaknesses. First, they're dependent on external power, maybe because he built them knowing he couldn't leave his lab. There's no internal battery. That's why they won't work if they aren't plugged in. Second, and this is more than just a weakness, the legs are directly connected to his bones. Could be to minimize signal loss and the order's output to the legs and the drive response from them. Either way, Emmerich has used bolts to attach load-bearing parts directly to his femurs, probably by mimicking surgical treatment for compound fractures and the like. But the end result is those legs and his body are fused together, and that appears to be how he's able to move them so precisely. But that also means that any shock to the legs would be delivered right to his bones by way of those bolts. The same is true if he encounters the corrosive metallic archaea. If the corrosive archaea ate into the exposed bolts, they'd reach the endoskeleton parts and eat through them too in the blink of an eye. The doctor's bones are full of holes to accommodate all the bolts. They're like sponges. If he were to lose the reinforcing parts, even the tiniest bit of force or weight would snap his bones. So when I dangled those corrosive metallic archaea in front of him, he realized straight away what would happen. Life wouldn't be worth living if he lost those legs of his. I'd bet that is what the doctor fears the most. I just helped him imagine what it would be like. Thanks to that, I got the information we needed without either of us getting hurt. You know how he is. He's probably already over the shock. The better you know your adversary, the easier it is for you to get information from them. And vice versa.
Alright, so we went over all the intel files that we got. We also got PF points, so let's see if we can claim these PF points real quick. Go into the PF points exchange. We can get us some staff coming in. Let's get a S rank in the R&D team. Let's see who that is. We got us a new high level staff member from those PF points. Mr. Death Dragon. Alright, welcome to the unit, sucker. now we've gone over all the intel that we needed for this mission. Let's get started.
Select a mission.
Let's take vengeance on Skullface.
Thanks to Code Talker, we've managed to put a stop to any new vocal cord parasite infections. We couldn't save those already symptomatic, but everyone who survived has been released from the quarantine platform. Skullface will pay for this. Boss, Emmerich confessed. Skullface's endgame is to activate the bipedal walking tank Sahelanthropus and deploy it into live combat in Afghanistan. That's why he moved into the Soviet research facility they call OKB Zero. If his plan comes to fruition, there'll be no stopping the ripple effect worldwide. Find a way to make contact with Skullface before that happens. Then learn what you can from him and put a stop to his plan. We'll have our fun with him later. This is it, boss. Diamond Dogs is strong enough now to face him head to head. It won't be like 9 years ago. Make your way to OKB Zero.
Let's get our revenge. Let's get this bad boy started. Alright, so we're infiltrating the Soviet main base, OKB Zero. So we're gonna go with our regular setup. I don't think I need the Killer B. We're gonna go with our Trank Sniper Rifle, Lethal Assault Rifle, and my Suppressed Tranquilizer Pistol. We're looking good on this front. We got our boy Didi, which will help us with the infiltration. Let's get this bad boy started.
Deploying.
That's where Skullface is keeping Sahelanthropus before setting it loose in Afghanistan. There's a good chance he's got nukes, too.
Boss, we need to figure out what Skullface is up to. If you make contact with him, get him to talk. The ethnic cleansing parasites, Sahelanthropus. Find out what his plans are.
Skullface's plans are on the verge of fruition. We need to stop him while we still can.
Alright, so the time has finally come for us to take our vengeance on Skullface. Let's get our plan of attack sorted out. We have the eastern guard post right here, and the target area is all the way at the back of OKB Zero. I'm gonna get these cracks marked, so it's definitely gonna be beneficial for my infiltration. And I do see a fucking problem in that gunship, but we'll deal with that in due time. Let's get this bad boy started.
Be careful down there, boss.
Get some intel on this mission.
Skullface, commander of Cypher's Strike Force XOF. 9 years ago, he stole everything from us. Everything. Soviet soldiers in that area are all dead. Apparently XOF unleashed the Russian parasite strain. To isolate the facility, they first spread reports of a chemical weapon leak. The infection won't spread into the surrounding regions. Still, I think they just exterminate the men who worked with them all this time. Skullface must be making his final play.
I had originally marked this eastern guard post as an area where I thought enemies would be and I'd have to deal with them, but I guess Kaz just kind of revealed why there are no enemies in this area. Well, no Russian soldiers at the very least. Skullface is being the piece of shit that he is, unleashing the Russian strain of the vocal cord parasite, killing everybody in this area. There's not even any XOF soldiers, which is, I guess it's a good thing for me. I got a couple of supplies marked. We're gonna come up in here, steal those, but we're gonna keep it moving. You don't want to guard your goodies? I damn sure will put them in my back pocket, or put a Fulton on them and steal them shits from you. I ain't got a problem. I'm a sticky finger, sneaky ass bank robber. Let's get back in our Jeep and keep it moving.
Eli snuck into the cargo on board the chopper. His idea of an escape attempt? Who can say? We'll think of how to deal with him later.
Snake, do you read me? I know more than anyone about OKB Zero and Sahelanthropus. Boss, I've made up my mind. I want to be of use to you, not him. Let me work to pay for what I've done. I'll prove it, that I've always been your ally.
Extraction
Boss, I'll be focused on
arrived at
coordinating backup
Motorbase.
here at Mother Base. The chain of command is still in place. If you have orders, give them through Miller as usual. Skullface is in OKB Zero. Start by making contact with him.
Has been
The
updated.
facility itself is under the control of XOF, Cypher's Strike Force. We have no hard data on that force strength, so your judgment in the field will be key. Boss, we're finally here. Find Skullface, and take everything from him.
No one must have needed it. Continue on foot. Out.
Enemy presence detected. The map
So
has
I got
been
out of my Jeep
updated.
because I saw a bunch of guys on the road. I saw the spotlight and I saw the walker gear. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of try to sneak around these dudes without trying to engage them and creating any problems for myself. Can I get around this way? I don't want to fall down there because I think that's not part of the map. I will be fucked up if I do. So let's see if we can try to sneak all the way around. Looks like we can. It looks like we can. Or maybe not. Maybe not. We got a guy up on this spotlight. He could be a problem. Let's put his ass to sleep real quick.
XOF has occupied the facility. Skullface must be close.
Spotlight doesn't really reach me, but Didi, how the fuck did you get up there already? That boy, that dog has some skills that pay the bills. Put a couple of tranks in some of these suckers, and in the booty of that sucker on that walker gear. Try to keep it low and slow, baby. And the spotlight is down. All these guys, they are down. I kind of want to Fulton these guys up out of here so that they do not wake up and set off an alarm for me. So that's what we're gonna do. Looks like we've completely cleared out this first area here. Damn sure want to get this walker gear up out of here. That scared the shit out of me. I know there's nobody on the spotlight, but it's scary. Oh, there's one more dude. I did not clear this area out. That boy isn't turning around, and I don't think he'll be a problem. So we'll just leave him here. Keep him moving. Unless he hears these Fultons. Then he'll have to get that trunk work. But for right now, we kidnapping his brothers. And his sisters. And his father. And his mother. You got kids? I'll take them little motherfuckers too.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Alright, so the two cracks that I marked. There's one right in front of me. And there's one pretty close to the helicopter.
Roger that.
I guess those are alternate ways to get into these gates here. Damn sure don't want to go through a front door of a gate, seeing as there's suckers on the other side. So we're gonna try to take these little cracks that were marked.
have
You gotta
arrived
extract
at your
him.
destination.
Alright, we're in. Let's get these suckers on these spotlights down.
Extraction
Good work.
arrived
2 more
at
gates to
Motorbase.
go.
Still all quiet at the silo. No sign of Skullface or his Goliath.
Caution. Sandstorm approaching.
Surely they can't already have... No, never mind.
I'm trying to put tranks in all these guys' legs so that they go to sleep and that they are not a problem to me. As we're moving up on the side here. That sandstorm will also help as I'm moving through the base. Fucking spotlights. This guy in the walker gear is going to be a problem. I see this already. Starting to get ugly. It's starting to get ugly.
Shortly.
The guy in the walker gear woke him up. I couldn't get a shot on the guy in the walker gear to get him from the front. I was trying to wait for him to get off, but he woke him up before I could get him.
Extraction failed.
That's fine. I don't give a shit.
He's coming too. Roger that.
The thing I was trying to avoid was this right here. Them calling in for reinforcements
Extraction
and going on
failed.
alert. But now they're all here. We got a fucking problem. And the guy that I left from the front, he's now come back to get me. Jesus. How many of these dudes are here already? Holy shit. So the crack that I marked further in the base is right here. Probably didn't even need to do that because I could have just walked up the hill. But it led me to a ladder right here. And the only benefit of that little baby alert phase.
Extraction arrived at Motorbase.
Alright, you're through the second gate. Only one gate left. From here on in, you're in the enemy's headquarters.
Something's wrong. But it has to be here.
The only benefit of them being drawn out there is I think that there's less guys in here. There's still a lot of motherfuckers in here though.
All fire teams, this is CP. We lost the security tent. There's no reason for it to be down. Whoever's closest, go check it out.
CP, this is Zulu 2. We'll investigate ASAP. Out.
can't really stay on the top area here. So we're gonna have to try to go around.
CP, this is Zulu 2. Arrived at scene. Beginning check. Over. CP, understood. Keep your eyes open. Out.
Fucking helicopter's right on top of my head. This is a tense ass mission.
CP, this is Zulu 2. Security cams are taken out. Over. This is CP. Understood. All fire teams check your surroundings. Flush out the intruders. Out.
But why are you assuming it's an intruder? What if your camera's just a piece of shit? You ever thought about that? Stop blaming your troubles on somebody else. This motherfucker's all around me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. There's a ladder in front of me. I'm just kind of moving and adjusting on the fly. The helicopter being on top of me is not the greatest thing. Boy, I'm so glad Dee Dee is here, boy. I don't know how the hell I'd do this without him.
Enemy presence detected. Your map has been updated. Enemy presence detected.
So we got to the uppermost level here.
Updated.
Helicopter's still on top of my head. We got a whole lot of enemy cameras. I see containers and tanks off in the distance, but my urge to go and Fulton those up out of here is gonna have to be quelled for right now.
Updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
All fire teams, this is CP. Security cams picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate. CP, this is Zulu 2. Threat in the area. We're tightening security. Over. This is CP. Understood.
You go try to call to him and wake him up. Helicopter's right on top of my head. Holy shit. Luckily, it doesn't look directly down at me.
CP, this is Zulu 2. Arrived at scene. Beginning check. Over. CP, understood. Don't let your guard down. Out.
Oh shit!
CP, this is Zulu 2. Took a look, but there's nothing going on here. Over. This is CP. Understood. Return to your post. Over.
Helicopter's not really doing the best job of spotting enemies and shit, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I think I've cleared out this little back area here, and the objective is right on top of us. I'm gonna do a little teething real quick. We got a couple of red containers here, and a goddamn tank.
He's coming too. Roger that.
I imagine if this had went wrong, a lot of suckers would have been blown up real quick. If I was able to make it to the tank without the helicopter tearing my ass up, but let's not take our chances too much. checkpoints right here. Let's get it. Let's get to the objective. Doesn't seem to be any spotted enemies here, so I think I'm cool and clear to get my sprint on.
His ride has arrived. Don't let Skullface get away. Stop him at the heliport.
Your map has been updated.
Boss, can you see the heliport? Skullface is right there. Make contact with him and make him talk. We have to stop him before his plan is set in motion.
You motherfucker! What? What the fuck? That was my last tranquilizer bullet too. I don't know if that was a mistake or not.
Sahelanthropus is somewhere inside there. First of all, make contact with Skullface. Don't kill him yet. We need him to talk first.
Can't guarantee that'll happen, Kaz. Where the fuck did you come from, Didi?
You too have known loss, and that loss torments you still. You hope hatred might someday replace the pain, but it never goes away. It makes a man hideous, inside and out. Wouldn't you agree? We both are demons. Our humanity won't return. You, me, we've no place to run, nowhere to hide. And that is why I'll show you my demon. Follow me, big boss!
If it comes to that. That's our leverage against him, our deterrent. He doesn't want a war on his hands.
Whatever the Navajo told you, is just one possible solution derived by Cypher. My will is different. I've known you since your time at Langley. I've long been the other side of your coin. 1964, Soviet territory. Box's first mission. Any mess you made, I was there to clean up. You completed your task, and admirably. The information you returned was far more than enough to fill our pockets. With it, our futures became, more or less, set in stone. And then the Major came to me with an idea. Washington doesn't know how to spend money, he said. I'd like to redirect it. His goal was an organization dedicated solely, covertly, to supporting America. Cypher. You know the rest. To him, it was mourning the loss of his friend. Or rather, an act of revenge on the world, but America most of all. a meeting of immigrants. Instead of simply assimilating, its citizens live alongside others. Their roots are very diverse. America's never been made up of just one group. But he tried to forge a single consciousness, for it and from it. The idea that every citizen would use free will to unite behind their country. Unilateralism like that can't be entrusted to any one individual. So the Major sought a system that used information, words, to control the subconscious. To unite America and the entire world. The Major thought this was his friend's will. But I think he never understood what she wanted. Before he ever walked or cried, even before he was born, his mother tongue was English. He doesn't know the pain of losing his own language. Not yet. He cannot understand her will. I do. I was born in a small village. I was still a child when we were raided by soldiers. Foreign soldiers. Torn from my elders, I was made to speak their language. With each new post, my masters changed, along with the words they made me speak. Words are peculiar. With each change, I changed too. My thoughts, personality, how I saw right and wrong. War changed me, and not only my visage. Words can kill. I was invaded by words, burrowing and breeding inside me. A philosopher once said, "It is no nation we inhabit, but a language." Make no mistake, our native tongue is our true fatherland. My fatherland. My truth was stolen from me. And so was my past. All that's left is the future. And mine is revenge. On those who leech off the words of their fellow man. This is what I learned from the Major. And then it hit me. It was he who should feel my wrath. He and the code he chose as basis for control. Language codes, information codes, beamed all around us, genetic codes spanning history. By controlling the codes, Cipher Zero intends to unify the world. Codes implanted into our heads, sucking our minds dry as it spreads from one host to the next. A parasite upon this earth, that is what Zero is. As one born into this world, he's afflicted. I hold him responsible for killing my freedom. Killing all traces of my past. Killing any promise of a future. We are all but dead men forced to walk upon this earth. A world reduced to zero. Cipher plans to use its codes to control the world. They think they can. And the mother tongue of all those codes is ink. The word became flesh. The final parasite. It knows English. An English strain of the vocal parasite. I will exterminate the English language. With this, I'll rid the world of infestation. All men will breathe free again, reclaim their past, present, and future. This is no ethnic cleanser. It is a liberator. To free the world from Zero. Let the world be. Sans lingua franca, the world will be torn asunder. And then it shall be free. People will suffer, of course. A phantom pain. The world will need a new common tongue. A language of nukes. My metal ears shall be the thread by which all countries are bound together. In equality. No words will be needed. Every man will be forced to recognize his neighbor. People will swallow their pain. They will link lost paths. And the world will become one. This war is peace. When the world witnesses Sahelanthropus, the hands of the doomsday clock will roll on, regardless of Zero. Sahelanthropus will take the first giant step into a brave new world. It is the bell with which a world trodden upon by words declares its independence. We are here. Remember the Alamo.
On station to provide cover. Get us a line of fire. Roger that.
We're not the only demons in this world. Like you, vengeance is all he has. It's man's thirst for revenge that drives the times. Just as you live because of me, he lives because of you. Show him! Wait! Who is doing this? Such a lust for revenge? Who?
Mission list updated.
Alright, so as you can see, we got a new mission right here. And the new mission
Please select a mission.
is for us to prevent the combat deployment of the upright bipedal weapon Sahelanthropus and take our vengeance on Skullface. So let's get the briefing tape for this mission played.
Sahelanthropus is on the move. The instruments on the support chopper are all malfunctioning. And Eli's acting strangely for some reason. Something's not right. Boss, for now, just get away from that thing. Hurry!
Let's get this mission started. So this is gonna be a mission to destroy Sahelanthropus. I doubt that I'm gonna be using any non-lethal means. So let's get rid of this sniper rifle. Definitely gonna need us a rocket launcher. Our newest rocket launcher is this FB rocket launcher. Killer B is a very low level rocket launcher. This one does a lot more damage than the Killer B and the Grom. So what we're gonna do right here, this one has more ammo, so we're gonna use this one. MRS rifle. The 2 underbarrel grenade launchers that I have are already on the MRS, so I guess we're good with the MRS. And damn sure don't need a tranquilizer pistol. Let's see if we can get a submachine gun going, a lethal submachine gun, or maybe well, I guess we'll go with the submachine gun. Go with that ZEEV. And we're looking good with this setup right here. I think this might be what I need. One thing I should do though, I love you, Didi, but do not want you in the line of fire during this boss fight. We gotta do this solo dolo. Let's get this bad boy started.
Deploying.
Sahelanthropus. Nego.
Got a spike on the RWR. Strange PRF.
What's wrong?
Control lost. Can't maintain RPM. We're settling.
Recovered control. Ascending.
Hey, Snake. There's something wrong with Eli.
Wait! Who is doing this? Such a lust for revenge? Who? cipher will rewrite the records, and I will vanish from human memory. But the thirst for revenge that I have planted will infest the system. No one can stop it now. Sahelanthropus will unleash that thirst unto the future! Major... I'm burning up!
Boss, get out of there!
Out about Sahelanthropus, Skullface will have won. His plans will become reality. He won't even need to use nukes. That thing's mere existence would be enough to enslave humanity to the fear of nuclear Armageddon. It would tear the world apart. After you. You need to stop it, boss. Destroy Sahelanthropus.
You gonna copy my pose, you disrespectful son of a bitch?
Boss, stop Sahelanthropus. Destroy that thing. I'll rally Diamond Dogs and provide backup.
Oh shit! Gotta get away from that shit. That thing is tearing up at me. You too motherfucking big to be rumbling with me. That shit is chasing me, holy shit. I wish this thing had a red AI pod that I could shoot. Oh my god! Thought I was clear from it. I might have been running right towards like a dumbass. Oh god, don't step on me. You're too damn big. Back it up, punk. Back it up. It seems like the rockets don't do any damage whatsoever. I fucking missed. You suck! Okay, so that did some fucking damage. That did the goddamn thing. Oh god, he's cooking me with his goddamn flamethrower dick. Alright, so the head is really not the weak spot. Oh god. Oh god, run boss, run. Tried to shoot the missiles out of the sky, but I had no bullets in my clip. Oh god, now these damn things are coming in. Nope! Excuse me. He's roaring behind me. How'd you get your big ass up there already? Get yourself some. Oh god. Let me see if I can hit these little white tanks. Those did the most damage out of everything. That does more damage than me hitting the rest of his body, but damn sure not enough damage as these little white tanks when I hit them. Holy shit, that's what I'm talking about. That's a big chunky chunk, baby. That hurt? Why you roaring? Why you roaring? That hurt, you big motherfucker? Oh god. He's trying to cook me with his damn flamethrower dick. What kind of herpes do you have, motherfucker? Why is his dick a flamethrower? Oh god, boss! Get the guns back. Get the bullets back in your clip. What the fuck was that? Oh god, what did he do? This boy's got the fucking herpes that turns the world red. What the fuck is that? Yeah, that does a little bit. God fucking damn. Slap me with that shit head on. Come on, I can get behind him. Oh, reload, boss. Reload, hurry up. There you go, big boss. There you go, baby. Damn, I can't tell if the screen is red because I'm damaged or it's this cloud of mist or whatever the hell is around me. Oh, you wow, motherfucker. Oh no, ran head first into it. Oh god, get out the ring before you die. Holy shit. So it looks like we got us a little supply drop coming in. All the way down on the hill. This motherfucker is chasing me down like I'm a cockroach trying to step on me and shit. Oh, 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 no! I need my ammo so quickly. I need my ammo so quickly, please. Oh, thank you, P-Quad. Coming to help out, baby? Oh, P-Quad's doing some damage. P-Quad's doing some damage. I saw it's telling me nice going. That's right, that's right. We working his little ass over. I'm thinking his little torso area is a weakness. Oh, no, no, no. Don't you go after my boy P-Quad. No! P-Quad, are you alright? No! Oh my god, no, 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 no! Fucking railgun. Holy shit. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to that damn supply drop while he's trying to railgun my balls away. Oh god, here he comes. Shit, nigga, goddamn! That boy tried to just jump on me. Oh, bastard! God, tried to trap me in the ring of doom. Your mama's a hoe. You miss, bitch, you miss. Boss, you gotta get to these rockets. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's change the game, baby. Let's change the game, baby. Oh god, he's trying to blow me up. That shit again. Nope, nope, nope. Don't get caught in the ring. Trying to fuck your day up, boss. He's trying to fuck your day up, boss. Ah, run, run, run. Get out of there, get out of there. Roaring. I think he's got the same little white pods in his stomach. Now that I've destroyed the white pods on his back, I think the white pods in his stomach are the weak points now. Fucking Mantis! Get on my face now! Oh, let's go! Let's go! Get some of these rockets. You gotta reload faster, boss. Oh, your head is crispy, huh, punk? You didn't like that too much, did you? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, flamethrower deck, flamethrower deck. Watch out for that. Nope. God, the entire world is shaking. Damn, sure need it. He's weak though, he's weak though. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Pull the trigger, boss. You gotta pull the trigger. Oh god, I was reloading. He caught me reloading. He's about to railgun my nutsack away. Is his legs the weak point like Zeke? I think the armor just has the same amount of damage everywhere. Let's get these bullets. Excuse me. Oh damn, I thought that was a little opening. You gotta get up. Go, boss. You gotta get up. Go! Oh shit. There goes the ammo. You gotta keep bullets. You gotta keep bullets in that damn magazine. Because he'll try to jump at me with that railgun and fuck my life up. There we go, there we go. Here comes that damn... Oh! Gotta avoid that, gotta avoid that. He's rumbling with this big ugly motherfucker. Is he gonna jump at me? There we go. Oh god, he keeps catching me in the reload. No, boss, get the gun ready. Pull the trigger. You gotta do it. He's gonna fuck you up. There you go. Suck it now, motherfucker. Suck it now, motherfucker. Is this really his weak spot? Is that damn head? Those rockets to the head ain't really doing a whole lot of damage. Oh god. Nigga set me on fire and try to hit me with missiles. No good, son of a bitch. Where's his weak spot at? Give me your weak spot, motherfucker. Nope, don't blow yourself up. Don't blow yourself up. You are not gonna step on me. Not like this. God damn it. Oh! Back it up, back it up, back it up. Get behind him. Where the fuck did he go? Where did he go? I try to get a little rocket off to his guts while he's jumping at me, but I don't switch quick enough. God damn. I'm about to die. No, no, no. Come on, boss. You gotta get your health back, baby. There you go. There you go. He's almost about to die. Rockets. We should be able to finish him off next time. Go boy has no health left. Let's finish his ass off right now. Oh god, what you about to do, sucker? I see you hopping all over the place like you ain't got no damn sense. Ah! Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Go down, big boy. Go down.
Snake!
Let's see Skullface. There were 3. Where's the other?
Very close to you.
Finish me. Kill me.
do it yourself. Mission complete, boss.
Kill me! Kill me! I did it! Revenge!
Anyone can give up his fight by laying down arms. But the feeling of holding a gun, that we'll never forget. Like our lost limbs, the sensation lingers.
Here she comes! Here she comes!
Rifles in missing hands. We stand tall on missing legs. We stride forward on the bones of our fallen. Then, and only then, are we alive. This pain,
is ours, and no one else's. A secret weapon we wield, out of sight. We will be stronger than ever, for our peace. Sahelanthropus will unleash that thirst unto the future. Those were his last words.
Cause.
Pretentious to the end. Still, doesn't feel like this is over. And I'll never be whole again.
Blind in the deepest night, reaching out, grasping for a fleeting memory. All the thoughts keep piercing this broken mind. I fall, but I'm still standing, motionless.
sorrow to the heartless, see? I won't see you end as ashes. You're all diamonds.
This man acted as accomplice to the attack on Mother Base.
Why are you here? Revenge against the boss?
I'm not like you!
I think it is time you knew.
I'll go alone.
Boss, what are you...
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
What if she's a spy?
What if I'm a spy? Or you?
Kill him!
What should we do, boss? Just give the order.
You were right. He is not one of us.
Boss.
Snake?
Attention! Diamond Dogs! Even with Skullface dead, our brothers are unavenged. And the phantom pain he brought us lives on. Cypher is still out there. We know they've planted spies, parasites among us. Watch the man to your left, to your right. Assume nothing. Report everything. It's the only way to protect ourselves. From here on out, you will be my eyes. The deadliest enemy's right here in our midst. And they will get no mercy.
Unit function
Even with
added.
Skullface dead, our pain is still right with us. We need more strength. We need more men. Diamond Dogs needs to be bigger. Missions have come in too. We still have a long road ahead of us.
So even though we got our vengeance on Skullface, this game is still a long way from being done. I think that the preview for this chapter, chapter 2, showed us that this is the chapter about race, and I'm looking around and I'm seeing the 1984-esque Big Boss is watching you posters. Let me just take a shower real quick. Get all the blood and the crispiness up off my face. That damn Sahelanthropus crispied me up so badly. It's a little salty at that. But I was looking at the preview for this chapter, chapter 2. We saw Paz, and we saw that Diamond Dogs is going to be going through a couple more incidents. I saw some bodies being burned, and I saw a whole lot of people being accused of a whole lot of things. And just with that speech that Kaz just said, we have some enemies within our midst. We also know that Psycho Mantis took one of the vials of the parasites and gave it to Liquid. Liquid's bitch ass was the one behind Sahelanthropus coming after me.
Welcome back, boss.
I guess that kind of makes sense because Huey said that they couldn't control Sahelanthropus. I think it wasn't finished with development when we took Huey away from them. But then Mantis was the one controlling that. I think Mantis was controlling the fucking Man on Fire, aka Colonel Volgan's bitch ass, but then for whatever reason, I remember looking at Psycho Mantis and his arms were on fire when he was behind Volgan, but then when he went to Liquid, when he was in the chopper, he had a little red ribbon on his shoulder. So I guess Liquid was in control of Mantis, in control of Sahelanthropus, trying to kill my ass, but he ended up killing Volgan and Skullface. Well, he injured Skullface to the point where he couldn't really move. They exacted our revenge, and I think we were going to leave that motherfucker there to suffer. Boss and Miller is the we that I'm talking about, but Huey went to finish him off, claiming he got his revenge. So that's where we are right here in the story. Let's call in the helicopter. We have a whole lot of intel tapes, and we have a whole lot of challenge tasks and a whole lot of stuff to go over because a lot of things changed within the time that I was doing that mission. So we need to head to the ACC, do some customization.
Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by.
Go over some of the intel tapes that we just received at the end of that mission. So let's get that started. Head back to my boy Pequod.
Most probably give up on the idea of family. Still, it's dying.
I guess they're talking about the vocal cord parasites. You become infertile when you take the Wolbachia treatment. I guess that's what they were talking about. It's my boy Ostrich from the old MSF.
Mission list updated.
You can now give the order to develop or dispose of nuclear weapons from your iDroid. With a nuclear deterrent, even if you're discovered while infiltrating a rival PF's FOB, most PFs won't dare retaliate. But you, of all people, know how dangerous it can be to have nuclear weapons. So will you add nukes to our arsenal as a deterrent? Or will you take them away from other PFs and dispose of them to help build a world that's free of nuclear weapons? I'll leave that decision up to you.
Huh. So we're gonna claim our daily rewards right here. Let's see what those are all about. Got some mother base coins and fuel resources. We definitely will take all of those. Alright, so like I said, in between the time that I was recording the entire part, this part isn't done, but while I was trying to record this part, several days, real time, have passed where I just had to record a couple of minutes, then go to work, record a couple of minutes, do the mission, then go to work. So there's going to be a huge difference in the way that the game looks in some of the parts, because while I was recording, TPP had an update that introduced the challenge task list system, and it gives us rewards for doing challenge tasks. And you see the tasks, etc, etc, etc right down here. Now these are all rewards that I can claim for a bunch of different things that I've done already through the game. So I definitely will be claiming these as I'm moving forward, but first I want to go over some of the cassette tapes while I'm claiming these rewards. We also unlocked the Sins of the Father theme song. Now I've been rocking with Sneaky the entire game, well, ever since I unlocked the music tape. So we're going to switch over to Sins of the Father from now on. And I just wanted to get that notification off the screen. Now we have a couple of tapes about Sahelanthropus, the metallic Archa, and Skullface's objective. So let's go over Skullface's objective.
Skullface has finally burned out. The world is rid of his existence at last.
Was he still alive?
You could say that. But you could also say he'd been dead for decades.
What's that supposed to mean?
Biologically speaking, it's hard to say how much was his life.
Side effects from the treatment?
No. The primary effect. Keeping a dying host alive as long as possible. That is the whole point. But in the end, he grew too dependent on his children. As if he had any other way to keep on living. He first underwent parasite therapy before the Soviet Union became his home. His body was horribly burned. Fire washed across his thin young frame and stole his skin and his throat, even his lungs. Only through repeated therapies could the parasites keep him alive. Most of his life became something the parasites gave to him.
And then he lost the ability to die.
That is correct. The parasites live on past the host's death, still aiding cell composition. At that stage, there is no way to extract them from the host cells.
Commencing
There is no
platform
way of
construction.
knowing when the last cell of Skullface's body would die. The only choice was to burn the whole thing. And his children, along with it. And I am one to talk. When my life is
Commencing
snuffed out,
platform construction.
I expect you to treat my body the same way. And when I burn,
Commencing platform
I will
construction.
truly be one with my children for the first time. You say there were 3 English vocal parasites.
According to Skullface, yeah.
Skullface had 2 of the English strain with him. You burned both of them.
Commencing
There was an oil fire. I tossed him in.
So that just leaves 1. And you tell me Skullface said he used it.
He said it was very close to me.
Very close. One of your comrades. Or someone ordered to kill you. Or he could have been speaking metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
Close to your spirit. Close to your heart. Someone who either loves you or despises you.
The second one makes a long list.
Whichever it is, act with caution. Skullface implanted someone with the English language strain. Who it is irrelevant.
Why?
I tell you what Skullface really meant. Very close to you means you will be exposed. All the infected here have been given the Wolbachia. Even if the vocal cord parasites infect them now, they cannot reproduce. But if there's a different host among us, host to the English strain.
If that were the case, we'd see the symptoms.
What about the non-English speakers?
We have plenty of those, but the staff use English as a common language.
But if that someone has not spoken English yet, and begins to speak it now,
there'd be another outbreak.
The final mating pair of the English strain must be found immediately. Skullface is gone, but his threat still remains. On this base, do you see what the final mating pair is? With him dead, those parasites are the stain he wished to leave upon the world. His thirst for vengeance. In their flesh. Think. Does anyone here bear a grudge against you? Who would target you, specifically?
The ethnic cleansers that Code Talker mentioned, they weren't Skullface's true goal. All we have is circumstantial evidence, but here's my theory. It was Cypher who started developing the vocal cord parasites as bioweapons, parasitic weapons, and Africa was the testing ground for them. As Code Talker said, their purpose is the ethnic cleansing of only those who speak a particular language. So they could do a weapon of mass destruction to eradicate specific groups, races, ethnicities, or colonies by the language they speak. Or a kind of absolute language control. Or maybe a tool for those arrogant fools to build some misguided utopia. I can see plenty of uses for them. However, in practical terms, they wouldn't be as dangerous as you think. Counteracting the parasites is easy, after all. Cut them out of your throat to save your life, or just don't talk. That also prevents the infection from spreading. So if the international community were to find out about them, they'd no longer be the threat they were conceived to be. In which case, their targets would be limited to minority groups as a deterrent or a terrorist tool. It's hard to imagine Cypher developing something like that as a main weapon for their arsenal. That leads me to think we've only tugged on one little thread in Cypher's grand tapestry. An obscure corner of their work, possibly forgotten altogether. In any case, things changed. When Skullface was forced to relocate to Africa and he saw that thread dangling. All the time he continued that research, he was secretly following his own agenda. The ethnic liberator parasites, his English language strain. Skullface said there were only 3 samples of the English language strain parasite, and I think we can believe him. Bringing his ethnic liberator's plan to fruition depended on creating an English version of the vocal cord parasites at all costs. But an English strain would have been useless to Cypher. Worse, it could have destroyed everything they'd built. It was the one type they couldn't allow. That means Skullface was forced to develop his English strain out of sight of Cypher's network. Naturally, he couldn't use the greenhouse facility Cypher had set up and filled with guinea pigs. Skullface must have found some secret place to create his precious few English parasites, hiding all evidence like a man cheating on his wife. Somewhere, an entirely standalone environment. And when his plan entered its final phase, he must have made the place disappear. Some little room, could be anywhere, but now nowhere at all. We'll never know where he did it, but to elude Cypher's surveillance, it couldn't have been big. I believe Skullface was telling the truth. There were only ever 3 samples of the English language strain. Why activate Sahelanthropus in Afghanistan? This is how Skullface wanted things to play out. The Soviet Union secretly develops a new type of nuclear weapon and successfully deploys it in Afghanistan. Revealing the existence of Sahelanthropus results in a return to the glory days of the Cold War. The threat it poses reignites the nuclear arms race between the world's major powers. The demand for nuclear weapons increases around the globe. What if he then introduced a nuclear weapon anyone could get their hands on? Non-nuclear nations, militant groups of all shapes and sizes, they'd all jump at the chance. Sahelanthropus was a marketing tool to sell nukes all around the world. But I think it's safe to say that plan was stamped out before it got up and running. The world's intelligence agencies never did turn up anything conclusive on it. After all, Sahelanthropus vanished before word could spread. Everything that's happened is already a fading memory, never to join the pages of history. Except for Cypher. Cypher won't forget. They'll already be working on something quite beneath the surface. They'll use the pieces of data scraped together from this incident to build their own bipedal weapon. It'll take them a long time to complete it, but for now, the greed sector have found their new life's work. We'll have to be ready too.
Alright, so we learned about Skullface's objective in creating Sahelanthropus and the vocal cord parasites. Let's find out a little bit more about this Sahelanthropus.
Emmerich didn't go with depleted uranium for Sahelanthropus' armor because of its strength.
He had nukes in mind.
Exactly. It's meant to use its body as the fuel component for a nuclear weapon. Sahelanthropus uses built-in uranium enrichment Archa to melt its own body and extract uranium-235 from the depleted uranium in its armor. Those Archa perform the enrichment in an extremely short time. The concentration jumps by a factor of several hundred, from 0.2% to over 90%. The end result being highly enriched weapons-grade uranium. Sahelanthropus' body itself becomes a nuclear bomb. Emmerich says if it were to self-destruct, the nuclear yield would be somewhere in the region of 15 kilotons. Since you need about 50 kilograms of highly enriched uranium to trigger a nuclear reaction, that would mean Sahelanthropus contains something like 23 tons of depleted uranium.
That's not very much.
No, it isn't. That's about what you'd expect to find in a main battle tank's armor. The point is, it can be transported anywhere, even use its conventional weaponry on the battlefield. And the international community will never suspect a thing. I just received word from the R&D team and the transport team out of Afghanistan. They finished installing Sahelanthropus on the base. It's ours now.
All right. Don't let any of the staff touch that thing. Especially Emmerich.
Of course. That guy's crush on Sahelanthropus is beyond a joke. Guess he really wants to see his tech stand on its own two legs this time.
That's not gonna happen.
I know it. So you've got no plans to make it operational again?
Damn right.
Boss, I want to hear it straight from you.
Hear what?
What the hell do you want with that thing? The drive is busted. It's not like it has a nuke on board. Even if the metallic Archa could turn it into a nuclear weapon, all it can do is self-destruct. Sahelanthropus just isn't a weapon anymore. It'll draw unwanted attention without even being a deterrent.
I know.
The weapon's development strut sank 2 feet under that thing's weight. That's 1 year's drop in a single night. We've started on reinforcing the strut, but there's no guarantee it'll hold up if a storm hits.
I know that too.
Boss, why keep it?
It's a mark. Us diamond dogs, we don't have a country to call home. That means we have no past, nothing to prove that we lived. Every one of us threw it all away when we came here. Sahelanthropus is a symbol to show that the likes of us brought at least one crisis to its end.
A mark in history. So we can't just fade away.
It's of no practical use to us. But we still need it.
A symbol of what we've done. I'm glad I sounded you out on this. Snake, on behalf of all of us, I want to thank you.
I don't need gratitude. I need security. Keep Emmerich away from that thing.
Roger that.
You said that the nuke Skullface was trying to spread around the world were equipped with a failsafe. Something that could shut them down at will. His will.
Quite so. After all, he needed a guarantee that a buyer wouldn't simply turn the weapons back on him.
So how can they be stopped?
The criticality trigger, that is, the detonator, is a complete black box design. Any attempt to dismantle it causes it to melt in seconds, using the corroding Archa. The design ensures that no detonation is possible unless he disengages the lock.
So he had a way to disengage it remotely.
Precisely. The client simply presses a button. At that moment, the detonator begins transmission with a surveillance satellite. The satellite reports to him how the client is trying to use the nuke. If he does not object, the lock is disengaged.
But if it's a risk to him in any way...
The detonator melts down. The same is true if detonation does not occur within a preset time after the lock is disengaged. The nuke is rendered useless.
Who the hell would buy something with strings attached like that?
The client would never know until the moment they actually tried to use it. Most likely, he would have explained the time delay as the detonators needing time to activate. And he only intended to sell to technologically primitive groups in the first place.
Let me guess. He'd claim it was defective and offer a replacement. Shadier than a used car salesman.
Skullface shakes your hand like a friend, using the other to control you like a puppet. This is how he works.
Code talker. Haven't seen you eat a single thing since you got here. Let me guess. Photosynthesis?
Oh? What makes you say that?
Well, a long time ago, I knew someone with a similar ability.
Well, you are correct. Most of my body is covered with parasites. I supply them with water, and in return, I receive sugars they produce when exposed to light. It isn't just my skin either. The parasites also act as my eyes. They have replaced many of my internal organs as well. It is thanks to them that I live on after over a century.
How did you obtain them anyway? Through your research?
I would like to say as much, but there is more to it than that. Let me take you back 20 years. I had hit a dead end with my parasite research. Then I was approached by a foundation. They said they had a sample sample of an unusual strain of parasite.
Which foundation?
Apparently, they had links to Archa. But that is all I learned. I was somewhat ignorant of the ways of the world. Just being able to study it was enough for me.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Go on.
Half in doubt, I visited them to discover the body of an old man. Well, to be precise, his partial remains. A collection of parts, you could say. The man had died in an explosion.
An old man, you say?
His flesh had not decomposed. In fact, the tissue's cells were still metabolizing. The parasite had infected, or should I say assimilated with, the tissues, and was keeping them alive. I became obsessed with studying the body parts, foregoing food and even sleep. Every day was filled with new discoveries. The parasite's biology, internal anatomy, life cycle. But there was only so much I could learn through observation. And so I made a decision. To truly know the parasites, I had to live with them.
So, you implanted them inside you from the dead man's flesh?
Correct. It was quite a gamble, whether or not they would adapt to me. But fortunately, it appears I was compatible with them. Or perhaps, through my many years of research, my immune system learned to tolerate them.
Were they that body's only parasite?
Yes. However, there was a separate specimen that supplied its host with adrenaline in response to pain, and yet another that could control insects at will through secreting heterogeneous pheromones. I wanted exposure to them, to take them into me, but my wishes were denied. Their records, though, provided clues that helped advance my research. Would you care to join me? A life spent never worrying about food is a most wonderful one.
I think I'll pass. But thanks. This has been helpful.
So let me get this straight. 20 years ago, Skullface found a body of an old man that had been exploded, whose parasites helped keep him alive. And then there was another strain of parasites that helped control insects at will. That explains the supernatural abilities of some of the members of the Cobra unit. Mostly the pain and the end. I'm thinking the parasites that control the insects is the pain, and obviously the old man that exploded was the end. Wow, this game is trying to tie up every fucking crazy paranormal thing. It's no longer about nanomachines, it's about these goddamn parasites that explains the supernatural. Well, not the supernatural, just cutting edge technology in the words of Ocelot from Metal Gear Solid 2. But now that was all the intel we got from that last mission. I was claiming some of these challenge tasks rewards. Let me claim some more of those precious metals. We got a whole lot of GMP, but for whatever reason it says I'm at max, even though I'm only at 105,860 GMP. But I guess I'll be able to claim those later on. We got a couple of new missions. I sent a unit out for combat deployment. That was the important combat deployment mission right here, the defend the pipeline. Hopefully that will come in. Hopefully my 450,000 GMP will come in that 2 hours, and that will be a successful deployment. We got a couple of main ops and side ops that need to be done. We have a main op, the Too Know Too Much mission, and we have the Ultimate Soul Infiltration. Holy shit, they got some moderations on missions I've already done though. This is a brand new mission. We got some specialists to obtain in this mission, and these two, the subsistence and the extreme variants of the C2W and the backup back down missions. These are two missions I've already done but they have little modifiers on there. So those will be some interesting missions to play as well. Kind of salty that I got A ranks on these. I was doing pretty well here for a string of missions, a couple of S ranks, mostly S ranks, a couple of A ranks. Then when we came down to these last couple of missions with the fucking skulls, the infiltration, well, I think I only got an A rank here because I remember getting perfect stealth. I think it was that ending cutscene with the drive from OKB Zero to that underground facility where Sahelanthropus was at. I think that kind of messed up my score with the A rank. And then I think I took too long battling Sahelanthropus. I did get perfect stealth and a whole lot of bonus points for this mission, but again, the time kind of messed up my S ranks here. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but it is what it is. So when we come back for the next part, this part has been pretty long, but when we do come back for the next part, we'll be doing and taking care of some of those main ops. But we do have an important side up right here, Eli's challenge. Eli has challenged you to a rematch. Fight Eli once more on Mother Base and teach him a lesson. You know what?
Please select
You know what?
the landing zone.
We gonna whoop his ass. I was thinking about ending the part after going over the intel files and kind of getting prepped up for the next mission, but Liquid has a this little motherfucker has the biggest ass whooping in store for him. I don't know if Big Boss knows it, but I know that Liquid was somehow in control of Mantis, in control of Sahelanthropus, and he was trying to take my ass out. And he has one of those vials of the vocal cord parasites. Now, when I was listening to those intel tapes, Ocelot and Kotalker were talking about one person on Mother Base who held a grudge against me. Now one motherfucker is Liquid. It's pretty menacing off in the distance. Holy shit. Where you at, Liquid? You want a challenge, huh? Little motherfucker, I ought to just hit you. Lucky I can't fucking pull this rocket off my back and blow you the fuck up. Oh, you want me to... Bitch! You want me to get it? Where you going, little knuckle? Oh, you gonna hit me with a stun grenade. Punk ass mother. Give me these diamonds. You got a diamond ass with him coming to you, Liquid. Where the fuck did he go? Gonna toss a stun grenade at me and run away like a little bitch. I don't give a fuck if you're only 10 years old. Or 12. 72 to... Yeah, 12 years old. 72 to 84. Where did this motherfucker go? We at you, little bitch. Liquid. I'm coming to whoop your ass. There he goes. I saw his little ass. Did he run? Thought I heard his little pitter-patter of his footsteps. I'm dead? Come get it. Really, nigga? You just gonna throw stun grenades at me the entire time? Oh, he hit me! Little son of a bitch. You gonna step on me like I'm a ladder? I'ma kill this nigga. I'ma kill him. I'm about to commit a time paradox up in this motherfucker. You gonna set me on fire? You gonna crispify up my sexy ass sneaking suit? Fuck you at? You say come get it, and you running. Liquid, where are you, little motherfucker? Where the fuck is he at? Little bastard? Nigga hit me with 18 stun grenades, a Molotov. Now I can't find his ass. Let's get up high. I hear him. There he goes. There he goes, a little piece of shit. Motherfucker. Get that shit out of here. Little bastard. Nope. You missed. Piece of shit. Get over here. Liquid. Yo, I want to play Metal Gear Solid just so I can kill this motherfucker. just stealing pipes and shit off our base? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fuck you up. This nigga about to kill me. I'm just standing there. I can block some of the things that he throws at me. I can't block the fucking stun grenades and the Molotovs, though. Little bastard. Jabbed him in the back. Get your little ass over here, nigga. It's a nice little ballet spin, you fucking fruit. Get over here. Where the fuck did he go? He juked the shit out of me. Motherfucker. He's such a little piece of shit. Get your ass, man. What? I can't fucking blow him up. I can't do it. I can't do it. They won't let me do it. Little bastard. Fucking break his arm, Snake. What are you doing? Why are you letting him live? All the Molotov, all the cooking.
Has that rat finally accepted that he lost? Hopefully now he'll be a bit
Extraction
more
arrived at the
obedient.
mother base. Development project has been
I want to kill him so fucking badly, man. Liquid is just a piece of no good shit. What a little mother... Ooh, boy. There's a time paradox waiting to happen with his ass. Let me hit this shot one more time.
Welcome back, boss.
It's good to be back, sucker. I got crispified, and I got cut up a couple of times. Liquid's little punk ass. He gonna get his. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid right after this. I'm gonna kill his ass. I got me a nice little save file right in front of the boss fight with Liquid. I'm gonna kill his bitch ass. He doesn't even die from the boss fight with Snake. He dies from fucking Fox die.
Thank you for putting an end to the epidemic, boss.
You're welcome. Whatever your damn name is. But I just want to see him die. Fucking Liquid. Coming up here just to take a look.
I won't let you down.
You better not, you bald head ass sucker. Kill a moose. You better go out there and murk some suckers.
The pipes, huh? They're strong enough. Could make for a nice shortcut.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, for right now, we're going to end this part. This has been a pretty long one with the missions to get our vengeance on Skullface and that fucking battle with Liquid. That was something. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did and you want to see more, make sure you show the video some love. Hit that like button, share the video out, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I will see y'all in the next one.